Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I am at the lake this morning. It's a beautiful morning. There is a little bit of wind, but I was out here about a week ago and caught a ton of crappie. So I've come out to the same place, hoping to get on a few of them. That right there is the bait I will be using. That's a 1-inch Gulp Minnow on a 1/64 ounce jig head, number 8 hook. I'm gonna leave that thing on here this morning. That's what I was getting them on last week when I was out here. Gonna try and get a few this morning. I did get a few bluegill out here last week when I was fishing. Not too terrible many. I would think that at some point here the bluegill spawn will start to get going, and that bite will kind of pick up, and I'm here for it. I'm ready when that does take place, but until then, don't really care what I get this morning as long as it's small and legal for me to keep as a bait fish. All right, this is one of the same places I was getting them last week where I'm starting out here. Unfortunately, the wind is now out of the opposite direction, so I'm casting from the opposite direction. Not sure how that will impact things, but I'm going to start here, see if I can get on a few. If not, I'm just going to move on, just work these shallows and see if I can find a few fish to keep for a bait. Well, and there's a rock there to get us started, so I guess that's something I'm probably going to need to keep in mind while I'm out here today, or if I'm going to keep fishing this area. It's a great way to start on the first cast. Lose your jig, lose your hook. Retie, try again. All right, see if we can get us a fish here. Right, got three in the bucket already. Been on some quality bluegills here, and that's kind of what I was thinking. You know, last week the crappie were up shallow, was getting a ton of crappie, but the bluegill just weren't quite here. You know, there's another rock. Every time I turn the camera on, we get one of them. Well, dang it. I can't keep a jig on the line. That's one of the casualties of fishing this way. You know, you're fishing shallow, you're up in structure, it's rocky, it's brushy. You're casting into that stuff because that's where the fish are holding. You're bound to lose some tackle. I buy my jigs in bulk off eBay. It's a whole lot cheaper than buying a 5-pack for like $5. So that's how I do it, and then I don't feel too bad other than the time lost when I do lose one. But as I was saying, I've got 3 quality bluegill in the bucket actually already, so I figured I'd turn the camera on and see if I could do some filming for this video. And of course, got another snag, lost a jig there, but I was kind of thinking, last week I was up here in the shallows, the crappie were up, but I didn't get on a ton of bluegill, so wasn't sure, was anxious to see this week if I might find a few more bluegill moving up, getting close to that spawn. So that's the time of year that I really enjoy. Bluegill can be a lot of fun when they come up shallow. They're on the beds, they're real aggressive. So anyway, we're gonna keep fishing. We're not gonna catch any sitting here talking to a camera, so I'm gonna keep fishing, see if I can get a few more fish in my bait bucket. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. I got a carp up here working the shallows. Alright, nothing else really panned out at that last spot up there except for a lot of carp up shallow. So, just moved up the bank. There's another fish. Oh, it came off. Dang. Felt like a little bit better one too. Came back over here, just moved back along the bank, maybe 200 yards. This is another location that I fished last weekend. Had pretty good luck over here, and it looks like there may still be a few fish hanging over here. So we're gonna see if we can get a few of them, take home and make catfish bait out of. There's a little one there. And that's about like what we've been getting. Last week I caught, I don't know how many of these guys. Little 6-inch crappie, but this lake does not have a length limit, and their creel limit is 50, so these guys are fair game to take home for catfish bait, and that's what I'm going to do with a few of them today. This spot here may pan out a little better just for the fact that I got the wind at my back. Makes it easier to cast this real light line, light tackle, and makes it easier to feel a bite when and if you do get one on this light tackle. There's something there. Whatever that is, a little bit bigger. I don't know that that is a crappie. Yeah, that's a pretty big bass. I gotta loose my drag there. Try to keep that line taut. These larger fish tend to be a challenge to get landed on this tackle. Tend to be a challenge. Especially when they get up there in the weeds like that. And he goes on a run. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. This obviously is not what I came out here looking for today, but if I can land it, that'll make my morning. That'll be pretty awesome. Some much larger fish than what I'm set up to handle out here today. Kind of have to just let him go where he wants and hope he doesn't get in one of them rocks over there and break me off. See where he's at. Can't see my line, so I don't know where he went. That's a good one. These guys come out here in their bass boats, $80,000 bass boats, and thousands of dollars worth of tackle and gear would probably be pleased with a fish like that, especially here in this lake. I have kind of found that it doesn't have a great reputation for being an excellent fishing lake. This spring I sure have done pretty okay just fishing from the bank out here though. See if we can land that guy. Oh yeah. Look at that thing, man. Look at that little hook on him. Oh, that is awesome. That's probably a solid 3.5, 4 pound bass. That's a nice bass. Pretty happy with that. Get him back in the water and get back to the task at hand, which is catfish bait. Alright, see you later, buddy. Thank you for biting my line. And there they go. Alright, that was a lot of fun. I'm just going to keep working the shorelines here. We got some weeds up in here. We got some brush and sticks in the water. Crappie haven't been up in here like they were last weekend. So, you know, that's to be expected. A whole week has passed. They probably kind of moved on. I'm up on the north end of the lake. They may be back farther down on the south side. So I might, you know, I'm going to fish here for a little while longer. There's another guy up here on the bank, so when I run into him, I'll probably just pick up and hit a different part of the lake, probably farther south, and see if I can find some more bait fish out there. And, I mean, it hasn't been a good, it's been a good morning. It hasn't been a great morning, but it hasn't been a bad morning. So I'm going to go try and find some more fish and have some more fun and make the most of it. There's something there. I need to tighten my drag because he's making a run. I think it's a bluegill. I think it was a bluegill. My drag was too loose. Had it loosened up for that big old bass I caught over there. Well, it worked against me over here though. That's alright. We'll find another one, I hope. Hope that's not the only. Hope that's not the last bite of the day for me. There's a whole bunch of bluegill or something feeding up here shallow. I could see them there in the water. See if I can get one to hit. I don't know if they're bluegill or crappie or what they are. Maybe they're shad. They don't seem to show much interest in my minnow there. If there's a bluegill or crappie, they surely would be interested. Caught one of them crappie here, so I think these fish that are up here on the shallows must be big old gizzard shad. I wish I had my cast net. If I did, I'd toss it out there and get a bunch of them. But I do not, as that fish makes a mess out of my line. Oh, geez. There's one there. Another nice bluegill. That's actually a real nice bluegill. Real quality for being on public water. A big old bluegill like that, it's gonna be tough to beat. And I think this might be another big old bluegill. He hit hard. Oh yeah. That's a nice one there too. It sure hit a lot harder than how big it is though. That's why I love bluegill. They're just a lot of fun. You get on a school of them that are real active, they get real aggressive, they pull hard. That is a thick bluegill there. Pop that hook out and look at that thing. It's upside down, but look at the, see if I can get a good hold on him. Look at the shoulders on that thing, man. That is just a beautiful bluegill. I'm sure the flatheads will think he's a beautiful bluegill too. That is if they get to him before the turtles do. There's another one there. Must have found me a little school of these things. And I forgot how hard they pull. Yeah, those are a whole lot more fun than them crappie were. I caught so many crappie last week. Truthfully, I was almost getting bored. I was almost getting tired of catching them. And I've never got bored of catching fish in my life. That one knocked my minnow off. Oh, there it is right there. Look at that. It's your unlucky day, buddy. We're getting that minnow back. My lucky day, though. Let's see, what's that make? So I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's really all I need for baits this weekend. If I get some more bluegill, I may keep a few more to use as cut bait at some point in time. But I'm pretty well set on my cut baits because all the crappie I caught last weekend. I'll be in the crappie all summer long catching cats on them. There's one there. That's gonna be a little crappie. Probably throw him back. I really have no use for any more of them little crappie, which is unfortunate because I think Fish and Game really would like to have guys kind of take some of these little fish out of here. This lake is just loaded clear full of little crappie like that. Hence the liberal creel limit, 50 a day, no length limit. I'm afraid come summer, really just even a few weeks from now, this lake will be right back to kind of sucking. We'll know there's hundreds and hundreds of crappie up in here. Excuse me, thousands and thousands of crappie up in here. Probably hundreds of thousands of crappie. We know there's some bluegill. We know there's some bass. I've caught them this week and last. But here in a few weeks, I won't be surprised if about the only thing you can catch out here is the cats, if even that. Oh, there's one right there. Right next to the bank, just like that. Oh, when he knocked my Gulp Minnow off into the water. I may be able to retrieve my minnow. Well guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and call that a video. I'm not going to call it a day. I'm probably going to keep doing a little bit of fishing out here. I may go up over here by the dam and do some exploration up there, see what's going on over there. But for video purposes, filming purposes, you know, I feel like these ultralight videos don't perform super well on my channel. really none of the videos on my channel perform super well, but the ultralight fishing videos don't perform as well as some of the others, and they seem to do a little bit better when I keep them short. I've got plenty of fish out here now today to be able to make a short and hopefully decent video for you all to enjoy. I hope you have enjoyed it, and tune back in. I'm heading out tonight with these live baits. I'm gonna probably grab my bank poles out of the shed there and go put them out. So get some live baits out that way, and try to get some flatheads in. Haven't caught any flatheads yet this year, so I'm anxious. I'm looking for some flatheads, so that's what I've done out here today, is kind of tried to prepare for that. So tune back in, check back for those videos. I've got a lot of good catfishing content coming up soon and some other good stuff coming up. So with that, I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed as much as I enjoy being out here and doing this kind of stuff, and we will see you in the next one.